I'm still annoyed by Friday. I know I went over it with the after show, but
oh, I heard that.
I want to know who the fuck that guy is. And why is it? Are you scared to say who the guy is?
I'm not scared. I mean, I don't know.
Oh, Sam Roberts, Scaredy Cat.
Yeah, do you want me to just announce his name?
No, because it's not going to mean anything to anybody.
Yeah.
But what does he do around here?
He controls all the studios and all the equipment. Like, if we need to do a fishbowl broadcast,
right,
we need to go through him to say, well, we need 3 tables and we need connections for the 360s and the...
Well, I guess we could start by the end of Friday's show. We obviously, set up Sal badly, and he was the only one that didn't see it coming.
Oh, why would he?
Even the listeners saw it coming. Even the casual listeners saw it coming. The hardcore certainly saw it coming.
Yeah.
And we set up Sal to play the drums all morning long. At first, I wanted to hear him play the drums, but then when he didn't take the initiative, and it took forever for him to finally realize that, maybe I should be playing the drums for Opie and Anthony.
Yeah, get a drum kit in here.
Yeah, then me and you kind of went for the turn. It was so obvious. Well, at this point, he's not going to be playing the drums anytime soon. So the show ends with him with his stupid drumsticks going click, 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 like drummers do just before they
get
rock into it. And then, boom, show's over.
Yeah.
And it's always amazing that you do get a couple dummies out there go, duh! Like they don't understand. They're like, hey, they cut you off just when he was about to play the drums.
No one seriously
I swear, I got a couple.
That.
I got a couple.
Oh, God.
It's a very, very small percentage at this point. But you do
weird.
get a couple like, they cut you off. What happened?
Dolt.
So then, after the show, we decided that Sal needs to play the drums in the elevators. It's logical, right?
Why not?
Got that dumb, stupid, silly elevator show, so I'm like, fuck it, let's do this.
Door flies open and fucking drum solos going on.
Well, we packed up the whole drum kit, put it in the elevator. The first problem was that there was no room for anybody else, really.
Oh, really?
And then we went down, and a couple elevator doors open. You see people just running away from the elevators.
Oh.
I found out later that because of the elevator shaft, when he was playing in there, which he was, that it was so loud and echoey throughout the whole building.
It was just flying out the elevator doors.
I guess. They said, huh?
Everybody around here was talking about it after you left. Like,
everybody
who works here heard it. Because I guess it just echoes through the shaft, the elevator shaft.
Yeah.
And then people up on 37 were sitting at their cubicles, and they just heard like this huge booming sound of drums echoing through the building.
And there was a radio show that thought there might have been an earthquake. And I think it might have been us with the drums. I'm serious.
Really?
Yeah. So then
nice.
I told Troy, I'm like, Troy, this is going to be a problem if we go all the way down. And his intentions were not to go all the way down to the bottom.
Yeah, but
somehow we made it all the way down the bottom.
Yeah.
So the doors open and Sal's in full playing drums mode because we're trying to get some footage. And the first thing I see is 2 elevator banks out. They're working on 2 elevators, and one of the elevator guys just starts yelling at me. He goes like, "You can't be doing that today. We're out 2 elevators." He's losing his mind. And then that, of course, got the attention of the security guy.
Oh, the crack security staff here.
And then the security guy comes over. He's like, "You can't do this." I'm like, "All right, we'll go back upstairs. We'll go up. No problem. We'll go back upstairs. We understand, okay?" And he let us go. So we go back upstairs. So then I'm figuring we're in the elevator bank. So I'm like, we could go down a few floors still, as long as we stay high in the building. They're way down below. So
people do push that button,
right? So logically, we knew we had till about floor 26, but after that, it goes right to the bottom, I guess.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden, Troy goes, "Oh my God, we're going back down. Something happened." I'm like, "You're kidding me. We're so in trouble." Those doors open in the lobby. Now there's 4 security guys.
Waiting.
4. Just yelling at us. And then some douche from here is down there. And he looks right at us. And I was almost amazed that he was talking to me. He goes, "On what planet do you think this was a good idea?"
The planet of having fun.
The planet
a
of
radio show and a
right, of course.
internet and fucking yeah.
Of course.
Anything but just playing music on a station. Fun planet.
Exactly. And who are we hurting in the end? Can you
Exactly.
explain that?
Yes.
Could you
like,
explain who we're really hurting in the end?
What's the big problem that would happen if you were left to continue this?
He was so mad, like we were taking the drum set and maybe smashing it, or
Right.
I don't know. I don't understand how some of these people's brains are wired. He's so mad, and all it is a bunch of drums that lay in that hallway. You've seen the drums a million times on your way
yeah,
out,
Seen that?
and we set them up nice in the elevator, and we played them. What's the big fucking deal?
Yeah. What's the big?
And why are you involved?
Yeah.
And by the way, no one from this place talked to me about it since Friday. So relax, whoever that douche is. So they start pulling us out of the elevator. And the one guy, I'm like, all right, we'll go back up. We'll go back up. That old gag. It worked the first time.
You just said that.
And the second time it didn't work. And one of these security guys got very aggressive. And he goes, no. And he pulls one of the drums and he kind of sort of tosses but places it.
Flings it a little.
And it falls on its side. I'm like, oh, you just broke one of our drums. You're going to have to pay for that. I twisted it because now he's all panicky. Like, he might actually have to, because in the end, he knew it wasn't a problem. It was no big deal. It's just a bunch of dopes in an elevator playing drums. Who cares? But then, of course, the Sirius XM guy just scolding all of us. Once again, follow me. I'm like, I'm not following you.
Follow me.
I'm an adult. I'm a father. I got 2 kids at home. I'm not following you.
Follow me.
But then the other security guys go, we're not letting you up the regular elevator. You're gonna have to take the freight elevator.
How are the acoustics?
Beautiful. Actually,
Yes,
that was
in the
said.
freight elevator.
That was said in there.
Was it?
So then they I know it went on, over all this on the after show, but it's worth repeating. So then all of a sudden there's like a magic door in the lobby. There's a magic door.
Yeah.
They did something, and all of a sudden this wall moves.
Whoa.
And we go through a magic door.
Like Batman, Batcave kind of
and then I'm looking at this wall like, what? Like, you would never think there's some weird door there. And then next thing you know, we're in a bank of freight elevators. There was 2 or 3, I think, at least 2. And the guy's still like, once again, he's giving us all looks, and he's like pissy, and he's like.
The guy from up here?
Yes.
Ew.
Just pissy. And then we're loading the drums onto the freight elevator. Troy, jump in if you think I'm exaggerating.
No, you're 100% on.
Yeah. And he was so fucking pissed.
Oh, he was.
What was he pissed
frothing.
at?
I don't know. We came back up here when we dropped everything off. He's just like, why would you take drums out in 20-degree weather? I said, the elevator's not 20 degrees. What are you talking about?
Where were the drums going to go?
Exactly.
What's he talking about?
He's just one of those guys that just, he has a little bit of authority.
If we were bringing the drums downstairs via the elevator, like that was the mechanism, we wouldn't be playing them.
Yeah, you don't play them
in the
inside.
elevator.
Of course.
Yeah.
And we're a dopey fucking company. Like, we're a whole bunch of us are very immature and do dopey things to try to entertain some people out there.
That guy doesn't know anything about that part of radio.
Everything has to be straight edge with this fucking guy.
Yeah.
Don't think out of the box.
Yeah.
So then he is, like, the security guards, you could tell, like, they're kind of aggressive because their jobs are on the line, but they're kind of being cool. And this guy from here is just being pissy. On what planet did you think this was a good idea? I'm like, really?
He just keeps trying to scold us as we're walking.
And did you hear the part where he goes, follow me? I'm like, I'm not following you.
Yeah.
I'm a middle-aged man.
Were you going to the office?
Right.
Were you being taken to the office?
So then we're loading the freight elevator, and the guys are sort of being cool. And then all of a sudden the walkie-talkie goes up. The supervisor wants to talk to you.
Oh, no.
Supervisor, they say?
He was the head guy.
The head guy wants to talk to you.
For security?
Yeah. So the other security guards are like, oh, man. Because they're like, it's going to that next level. And then I kind of took a peek at Sirius XM guy, douchebag, and he's giving me a look like, you're finally in trouble. I've been waiting for this day.
I hate this guy already.
I've been waiting for this day. You could tell he wanted to just rub his hands together like, I finally got you. I know you've been a problem around here, bitching and complaining for years, and finally.
What a little tattletale.
There are a lot of
Troy
people.
knows.
Yeah, he's a miserable guy.
Right.
It really is.
What?
God,
There are a lot of people up here who don't have any real power.
Yeah.
And
Right.
so, like, when they find an opportunity to reprimand somebody,
Oh, they must love it.
especially if it's somebody like you,
Right.
they go, oh, I get to
Right.
flex my muscle that I don't have.
And we're in this area, and I don't even look at Troy because I know he gets it and he's cool and he knows in the end we're fine.
Yeah.
But there's little Sal shaking like a motherfucker.
Oh, was he?
The newbie is shaking, and I'm like, you know what?
Yeah.
In this situation, I kind of got to let him off the hook a little bit. So I just give him a wink, like, I got this. I got this.
Yeah, relax.
I'm starting to fast forward in my head. At the very worst, I'm going to have to sit down with Greenstein and explain myself. So I know I got this because Sal is losing it. And then his eyes get really big, and he's like, oh, I'm about to see something, I think.
He probably figured he's another one of these low men on the totem pole that's going to be left in our fucking wake.
Right.
Like so many that he's read about over the years.
And then the Sirius XM douche, the elevator's open. He's like, "Come on!" And he's like supervising the loading of the drums into the freight elevator. I'm just like, ugh.
But not even his drum.
No.
Like it's like, who gives a shit?
And if you broke the drums, I mean, all you gotta do is they go to the show and you say, look, the drums broke.
Yeah.
You know, it's not his responsibility.
I'd write a check,
Right.
you know, because I know it's my responsibility. You know, I know it would be my fault at that point.
Wow.
So then the secret door opens, and here comes the main guy with a walkie-talkie, and I'm like,
Look
okay,
out.
here we go. He looks at me, and this is, I know you might have heard it on the after show, but for the people that didn't, he looks right at me. He goes, first of all, and I'm like, it got me a little bit. It got me. He goes, first of all, I'm a big fan. And reaches his hand out to shake my hand. Dude, I turned like this to the Sirius XM douche guy and went, not this time, buddy. Not this time.
We're just like, nice.
Not this time.
My God.
First of all, I'm a big fan. And then, I was cool. I'm like, yeah, we were trying to do a thing and we fucked up and went all the way down to the lobby. I'm sorry. I see you have elevator. I was totally Mr. Cool Guy, like, trying to respect his job. I'm like,
What was douchebag doing?
he was so mad. He's like, I'm a big fan of you guys, but you can't really be doing this. I'm like, yeah, I know. We were trying something. I see you have elevator banks out, which makes it worse today. I get it. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And then everyone starts joking. They're like, well, the acoustics on this elevator are pretty good because it's a big freight elevator.
Yeah.
And then we go upstairs, and the guy from here is frothing. He's so mad. He doesn't know what to do because he can't pull out any of his douchey phrases anymore.
Yeah. And then you walked into the studio and then
I marched right past the guy. He's like, I had one of the drums. Like, let's just put the drums here. And he's just so annoyed and mad. He doesn't know who to yell at.
So I'm starting to help him move the drums aside.
Oh, I didn't hear this
Oh,
part.
yeah, and he's just still yelling at us.
At you
Yeah,
guys.
he's just reprimanding us just about, what do you think you're doing, and why would you do this, and it's 20-degree weather out there, and
playing outside.
I've gotten into screaming matches with this guy before. Kenny could tell you.
Right.
I got into a huge yelling match with this guy before a couple months ago.
Right.
So, and I was just like, you know what, I'm just going to let this one slide. I don't feel like getting into it with this guy today.
Right.
But yeah, he's a miserable dude that just likes to flex his power.
He
around.
saw an opportunity.
Who is he?
He isn't exactly.
Is he the guy we had to ask for the drums?
He's the guy that's in charge of the drums. I don't think he got them for us. He has people under him that.
I think Mars just went and got the drums himself.
Yeah.
He said, I could
Mars
do this.
is motivated. We knew we needed drums. He knew where drums were in the building.
Yeah.
And believe me, it's for the most part, if things are just laying around the building, it's fair game for this show. Of course
it is.
Absolutely, just grab it, have fun. We're not going to bust it apart with a fucking hatchet or
And
anything.
God forbid something happens, we'll take the responsibility.
And we take care of it.
We turned this long hallway into a bowling alley one morning.
Right.
Just to try to make it fun around here.
Just something fun, but there's people that honestly just want this to be like a corporation office.
Right.
Yeah, like Morgan Stanley.
Yeah.
We're not Morgan Stanley.
Morgan Stanley.
We're a bunch of goofballs that never grew up.
The product is behind the glass, and never shall the product leak out into the hallways or anything.
Look,
fuck you.
Yeah, the idea was a little crazy. I'll be honest, but
It sounds fun.
We had it kind of under control until you fucking messed us up and got us down to the lobby again. When he said, "Dude, we're going back down," it's not like you could hide what you're doing because other shit we've done in the elevator is like, oh fuck, you run across people in the elevator that don't want any part of it, so you go, all right, no problem. You turn off the camera and you just hide it. Like, look, I'm done. but you can't hide a whole drum set. And Troy goes, oh, shit, we're going all the way back down to the line.
Oh, that's just a nightmare where you're like, uh-oh.
And the doors open, and they're just staring at us like, really?
Well, and I thought to take the drums apart while we were heading back down, so it looks like, we're cleaning up, but somehow we just magically came back together.
I know.
Wow.
You did
take a couple trips.
You did give it a try, but, I mean, there were so many drums. It took up pretty much the whole elevator.
And I didn't realize that while we were coming back down, or still playing, the drums are playing, that they could hear it all throughout the entire building.
The guys that stayed on the floor said, the doors closed and we were gone, and they could hear us way the fuck down. Way the fuck down.
That was great.
Yeah. Sal can play. He can play the drums.
Yeah, he's a good drummer. Yeah.
So I just want. Oh, there's some pictures from.
Yeah, look at that.
It's on Roland's Instagram.
Oh, nice.
Roland's Instagram.
You went a little catty corner in the elevator, I see. It's nice.
Well, we're trying to set up in the corner so people can come in and enjoy some drumming as they were going to their floor, but.
Just trying to help the people out.
And that's not even their good drum set. They have a better drum set than that. Those are just miscellaneous pieces of drums.
Yeah.
But that guy, I'm like, what are you doing? Who cares?
Yeah. He's just like,
you're not my boss. You're none of these guys' bosses.
No. Yeah, but that's the thing. He's nobody's boss, and so when he has the opportunity to reprimand somebody or get somebody in trouble,
take it.
So that's his power.
And he talked to somebody. And it was Friday, so I'm wondering if some shit will go down today, a little shit.
Nah, I mean, I think we all got the security guy, the guy who's in charge of security up here, came around talking to all of us just to get the story of what happened. I don't think anybody
probably had to make out a report.
I'm sure.
A report.
Any of us I didn't get reprimanded. I don't think anybody got reprimanded.
Yeah, because in the end, I mean,
like, what did it hurt?
Yeah, in the end, who cares?
There's nothing broken.
In an elevator.
That's what we're
playing. Who cares?
That's what we've come to.
Yeah, it's a Friday and somebody played the drums in the elevator.
Right.
Who cares?
It was just one of those things where they go, "Hey man, you can't take the drum set in the elevator. Come on."
Yeah,
okay, yeah,
all right.
yeah.
And that's what I said. Like, I guess you're
all
right. We thought we had an idea, and I guess it.
Yeah, you don't go, fuck you, I'm taking the drums. No, when push comes to shove and you get fucking caught or whatever it is, you just go, yeah, we were trying this. All right, but then we'll go back upstairs.
The guy doesn't go,
what are you thinking? What's the matter with you?
What's the matter? He goes,
chill.
On what planet did you think this was a good idea?
Planet Fun.
Yeah, that's what we said.
Yeah.
Earth.
Yeah,
there was nothing bad idea about this.
I mean, these corporate douches have come up with Casual Friday. We came up with let's play drums in the elevator.
Yeah.
I mean, just look. Most of the people in management, they have no sense of humor. They don't know they just don't know how to just have fun and just roll with the punches.
How great would that have been if you responded to his, what planet did you think this was a good idea on? You could have been, well, you're wearing jeans to work.
Yeah. It's Friday. What are you, crazy? Planet are you from?
I took the I'm not listening to you approach.
Yeah.
Not listening. The only time I looked at him was when that guy goes, first of all, I'm a big fan. As I still am shaking the guy's hand, I turned and gave that comedic look to the guy like,
Yeah, look at that.
Now what are you going to do? Yeah. Now what's your move?
He's not a big fan of the guy that gets mad the drums are out of the fucking office, that's for sure.
And there was the other security guy, too, not the head guy, but another guy walking us back that said something to Opie. He was like, I'm a fan. I've been listening to you for years.
Well,
it's like they were all like cool guys.
Remember the one guy that was kind of the first on the scene? It was like, you guys got to get out of here. He was wearing the glasses, the black guy with the glasses. So after the whole thing, and I finally left the building after, I don't know, sometime after 11 o'clock, after dealing with all this shit, I'm walking out and he's there. So I'm like, oh fuck, it's just me and him now.
Yeah.
All the spotlights are off and now it's just me and him. I'm like, oh shit. And he comes aggressively up to me. I'm like, here we go. Goes, dude, I just want to let you know, man, I'm just doing my job. I don't give a crap whatsoever, but, I got bosses and stuff, and,
So did the trustees at the concentration camp. They were just doing their job, too.
But he was cool. He came up to me to basically apologize. Like, look, if I was a little aggressive, it's because my, supervisor was right there, and you put me in a weird spot, but in the end, I don't care. I'm a fan. I thought it was, he goes, I thought it was funny, to be honest with you. I'm like, all right, no worries. Have a good weekend. So.
Yeah, it was fun.
So in the end, the only one was the guy from here, like thinking, I guess we're going outside with drums. Even if we did that, who cares? That would have been fine.
Yeah.
What would have happened?
Nothing.
Yeah, like people never move their drum kits in and out of the house and into a club in cold weather.
Yeah.
Like don't. He's talking about it like it's some kind of fucking temperature sensitive shit.
Right.
Have drums in a trailer, drive across the country in the freezing cold, go play a gig.
And this is not a huge over-the-top radio event, but I guarantee more people are talking about us trying to do something in an elevator with a drum set than him, like, you know, tweaking some knobs somewhere.
More people were asking me about the drums being played in the elevator on Friday than any event that he's helped put together here.
Oh, of course.
It was bigger than when Taylor Swift came by.
Well, even bigger than Oprah.
Yeah, bigger than Oprah. When Oprah came through these halls, there was more of a buzz on Sal playing drums in the elevator.
Right.
Sal.
They just everybody likes to put fear into you, not to just to stick to the rules here. Do not sway either way.
That's too bad.
And the fact that you just kind of do your own thing, it drives people insane.
Yeah, well, you know, I got the FU money. It's a good place to be. No, but I mean, there were times we didn't have it and we still just did our own thing. Yeah. We're lucky. In the end, we're lucky. We only got fired, what, twice?
It was good timing.
Maybe 3 times.
Yeah.
We got lucky because we've always done our own thing for the most part.
And what's the worst that's going to happen? What's that guy going to do? Like, your 3 firings are going to be, well, you announced the mayor was dead, a couple had sex in a church, and Sal played the drum in the elevator.
Played the drums in the elevator.
How hard can he wag his finger at you?
Yeah, I mean, you know, I assessed the situation immediately, and I go, okay, the worst that's going to happen, I'm going to have to talk to Scott Greenstein about it. Who cares? That's it. I knew I wasn't going to get fired, but this guy, man, he was hoping. He was hoping that
I got him finally.
Yeah, like the building demanded my firing and demanded that I never step foot in the building. He was praying for something big and he didn't get it.
Well, yeah, that hope all went away when the head of security goes,
"Oh my God, it was
big fan."
The timing on that was beautiful.
Yeah,
because he got me. He goes, first of all, I'm like, oh shit, here we go. I'm a big fan. I just turned as I'm shaking his hand.
What a tool. Where does that tool,
You've seen him a million times. I've never seen him smile, and he just kind of...
Where does he...
He's upstairs.
Oh, he's an upstairs guy?
Yeah. I don't think he likes us.
Oh, I had to calm down.
No, he
don't make me come down there.
He sort of was nice to me when I sat in the booth as he was mixing MGMT one day, a year and a half ago at this point, probably, maybe even 2 years ago. He was all right that day, but that was the only time I ever really had any kind of contact with him until the finger pointing and the follow me and
fuck him.
What plant did you think this was a good idea?
He must have loved being able to, you know.
He was looking at all of us like he wanted an answer from all of us. I'm like, you're not getting an answer from me, and I know you're not getting an answer from Troy, and I know Sal will probably panic and go and say, "I'm sorry, sir," a few times. But you ain't getting shit from me and Troy.
Questioning.
I knew you weren't going to say shit and fucking be a little puss boy about it.
That guy, I mean, like I said, I've gotten into screaming matches with him. So
over what?
Well, the last time was, let me think what it was. He had tore apart my entire studio, and I come into work on a Monday, and everything's completely demolished. And I said to him, like, what are you doing? Like, I work for this show. Like, we're going to be on the air. I need a producer.
Right, yeah.
And he's like, well, there's other shows that are more important than this, and it's not on my priority list, and you know, it's just like, and then it's just like the chain of command where I have to go to my boss.
There are more shows more important than this?
Yeah. Right. And so I have to go to my bosses that have to go to their bosses that have to go to his boss that has, it's just like this.
Why did he tear apart your studio? He needed it for something else?
He was trying to fix something or trying to do something, and it was torn apart.
Most of the people around here don't really, you know.
It's just weird the layers of people that you have to go through to reprimand him to get him to do his job. It's just,
I don't know why we're so hated around here. Is it because we, speak our minds?
Maybe because sometimes
we've turned a bunch of people around, but
absolutely.
But there's definitely a lot of people that still fucking hate us on the show.
People that work here, a lot of people that work here don't understand what it is. They don't understand that the product isn't a fucking widget. It's not some kind of fucking, something that's sold at Macy's.
Right. It doesn't fit into a mold.
Yeah, it's a fucking, it's radio shows going on in this place.
I think
sometimes it means getting a drum set and going into an elevator.
I think a lot of it is still this old layover from the Sirius XM separation. Because there are a lot of people...
probably some resentment.
...who actually started listening to the show, and they love that you guys shit on management all the time, because everybody around here wishes they could do that.
Right.
You know what I mean? There are a lot of people who love that, but then I think there are a lot of people who don't like that, you know, you came from XM, and you guys are, all of a sudden, you just walk into this building and you get to be the big dogs. And they've been here slaving away.
Yeah, but I don't,
like that idiot.
I don't know any of their names. I don't know what most
point.
of them do. I have no idea what that guy does. I've seen him, and I couldn't name 5 radio shows here.
Right, that would be
except
the point.
for the big celebrity type ones. But regular radio shows, I couldn't name them. I have no idea. I see sports guys walk around. I don't even know where their studio is.
But you guys,
and I don't know their
big
names.
Dogs.
Yeah, when you guys won something too, I mean, people have to jump.
Right,
you know what I mean?
You
And
didn't have to come in here and kiss the ring.
and that gets people upset. You know what I mean? Because it's like,
why? That means we're doing our jobs. That means we're bringing in subscribers.
well, I mean, that guy doesn't look at it like that.
Of course he doesn't. Oh, he thought he had me. I laughed at that off and on all weekend. I just started thinking about it.
He brings in listeners with, tweaking those knobs.
I'm sure his job is important on some level, but stay out of our fucking way. You have nothing to do with what we do and what our guys do.
Don't try to reprimand anybody in here. That's silly.
It is, right?
It's not going to get you anywhere, really.
Yeah, I didn't get one email or one phone call about it. So why is he trying to get into my face about it?
Yeah, nobody really said anything to me afterwards. So
No,
because it's ridiculous, and everybody's fine with it, except for the guy that thinks he's Mr. In charge of drums guy.
right.
yeah.
Sal get a talking to?
Oh,
Sal?
talking.
He didn't? No.
Why would Sal come in here during the
What, he
big
was lawyer?
fucking wrap up?
He doesn't want to get mixed up in any of this.
Sal, why wouldn't you be part of this conversation?
He was helping me fix your machine.
But
Oh,
He went running down the hall with you. I'm like, you going in? He's like, no, I got to do this.
no, but what? But this is more important than it.
Because I don't think he wants to get yelled at for anything or torn apart
boy.
today.
Oh,
Have you been listening, Sal?
Yeah. It was fun on Friday.
We're laughing because you were scared.
Oh, yeah, fuck yeah.
Why were you scared?
Well, I just, low man on the pole being, an obnoxious dick playing drums in an elevator. It's, seemingly like I would get in trouble. I was the one doing it.
Did you like the wink?
Yeah, that was the...
That wasn't a gay turn on, by the way.
No,
So let's
I know,
relax,
I know.
okay?
No,
That was I got this wink.
No, it was...
All right?
It was like, everything's cool. As soon as that happened, I'm following my boss, everything's cool, so...
was
Well excited.
were you on the phone with somebody Friday bitching about how the guys were being really rough on you? And
No.
no,
On the phone with
I don't know. Someone? I heard somebody told me that they walked by and heard you on the phone with somebody.
Yeah.
Talking about how, you were like, oh, yeah, they were fucking really giving me shit today.
No?
Yeah?
I mean, whenever I'm on the phone, Roland starts screaming shit, so maybe that's what it was.
Yeah.
And I always say that Roland's giving me a fucking hard time. Roland hangs up on, when I'm on the phone and shit like that.
Oh, that was it.
Oh.
No.
You heard differently, yeah?
Oh. Yeah, I just heard, you might have been crying to somebody.
Yeah, no, I was definitely crying about something. No.
Okay. Just making sure.
You have you don't have anything to add?
It was, you guys already said the whole story, but it was fun. And, yeah.
When did you...
Oh, my God.
I was
He's finally part of a big, event.
Yeah,
He's actually involved in something cool.
Yeah, and he has nothing to add.
I was trying to think of questions.
The wink, the guy being pissy, the security guys.
Yeah, and I even said to him, I said... When he said the whole thing about taking the drums out in 20-degree weather, I mean, I've lent my drum kit, which is...
To Eskimos, right?
Yeah, of course. I've lent my drum kit for friends of mine to do, video shoots and stuff like that, where they've just completely, poured beer all over my kit, and I had the exact same kit, and it's a pretty valuable kit,
Yeah.
I have two of those. They said, if anything happened to the drum,
He's making this really boring. Why are you making this really boring?
I'm sorry.
What are you talking
sorry.
about? Who cares you have a kit the same...
Well, he was reprimanding me as if I was disrespecting the
we
drums.
sort of understand that we would have been okay with the drums in 20-degree weather.
Do you have any-
I think we're all on that page.
Do you have any interactions with the dude when you were putting the drums away with him?
No, that's the great thing. I didn't have to put the drums away. I had to get the drums here initially, which, but it was a beautiful thing just to leave all the shit there and just walk right away, so I didn't have to...
They're not in the hallway anymore, the drums?
No, they were there till the
Shit.
afternoon, though.
They were.
Yeah, they didn't clean them up.
Fuck, we're not going to get drums anytime soon, I guess.
You remember going to pick them up again today?
Fuck yeah. Hell yeah.
I'll bring my own kit next time if you want to do some drum covers or something like that.
No, fuck that. If they won drums, I bet you they can get the drums this morning.
Yeah.
We should make that guy set up the drums for us.
Oh, man. He wouldn't like that.
We should have Sal play the drums
Degrading.
today.
Huh?
We should have Sal
Let's
play
have
the
Sal
drums
play them in the
today.
lobby.
Right. Is the dopey radio wizard here yet? Have him do it. Tell him we need Sal because we got to end the bit. Because officially Sal has not played drums for us.
Not on air.
Not on air.
Nope.
I'm going to try to make something out of that for the next elevator show. I'm going to try. I don't know what I fucking got. So we didn't get any reaction shots because people would refuse to go in the elevator with us.
Yeah, it was so fucking. The elevators are marble, so it's just.
It was so loud in there. It was so loud.
There's no sound absorption whatsoever.
Just ricocheting up the.
God,
up
it
the
was.
And you just
shaft.
have no, when it opened up in the lobby, just those huge ceilings in the lobby, you just have no idea how loud it was. Just that snare drum hit was just like,
Oh, God. See, this is how stupid we really are in the end. When we're going all the way down the lobby, I'm thinking, right as the doors are open, I'm like, all right, Sal, cool, be cool, be cool.
Yeah.
But obviously they heard us coming. It's a hollow elevator shaft with a giant marble lobby. I think they heard us way before I said be cool as the doors were opening. That's why they were waiting right at the fucking elevator door.
Of course.
They heard the noise.
People in corners of this building, on like the 37th floor, were going like, so, drums in the elevator today, huh? During the afternoon, they heard it from their offices.
Yep.
people here love it though, man. Nothing ever cool like that ever happens. You know?
It's the same shit every day.
Usually guys in like black coats are coming out of the elevator, and now all of a sudden you see like a nice shiny drum kit.
Yeah,
You want to know what
people
the fuck
having
is going
fun
on.
in there.
Except for that's what I was saying. Except for the few anuses who just need that power. You know what I mean? Most of the people here like that you guys fuck with people.
Oh, that guy was so annoyed, man. He was so bothered by the whole thing. I'm like, really? This is what bothers you?
And we were just playing the drums. I wasn't like throwing the drums around or anything like that. It was just.
I want to say to the guy, you would have never fit in at NEW, man. This is child's play.
Good for him.
We had like a couple fucking the boss's couch in front of one of the other bosses.
Sal was shaking when he was in there.
No, I loved it.
He was shook up.
Thought you were going to be fired?
Oh yeah.
But then I felt like I had to let him off the hook, so I winked like, trust me, I got this one. This is an easy one compared to the shit we've been through over the years. I'll get us through this one.
You were worried he was getting physically excited after that?
Well, his whole like face like lit up like, oh, I see what's going on here.
I'm in with the fun crowd now.
And I love that secret door. That's pretty fucked up.
I got to see where that is.
I don't even know if I could show you.
Literally, you pressed on the wall, and all of a sudden it just moved.
Right.
You have to like move a bust, like
somebody's
bust and move it
Yeah,
forward.
like fucking
I guess
Batman.
There was a seam, I guess, but it goes in with the whole decor.
Alfred comes out and fucking opens the door for you.
So,
Did Sal recover then? Is he in good terms? Did he do good?
I
show was rough.
I guess we feel like we went through something together a little bit. So still a bore on the air.
That's too bad.
I'm like, what do you think really like the worst thing Sal's ever done? Like he's not, he's never done anything bad. You ever like shoplifted or did anything where you had to get in trouble?
What's the worst thing you've ever done in your life?
Worst thing I've ever done.
Why would he shoplift? He's got cash.
That's true.
Exactly.
It's the same deal, you know? It doesn't matter.
I just asked mommy and daddy.
Yeah.
I once got like we had to go to court because we got a summons for like fucking around. We like initially got our cars. We were like 16 or something like that, and these girls called 911 on us, and they thought we were harassing them. So it was nothing. Nothing too
thought
crazy.
you were harassing
Yeah,
them.
they thought.
They called 911. What were you doing?
We were just like dicking around, like pulling up behind them, screaming stupid shit.
Screaming, "Ew, girls!"
Ew, how does anyone come in those things?
Ew, look at those boobs. Ew.
So yeah, we had to go to court because we all got summonses, and that was it. It wasn't anything too bad.
That's the big fucking
What were you
crime.
yelling at them?
I don't even remember. We were just high off our asses, just doing stupid shit. We originally got our
You were
license.
high off your asses?
Yeah,
on
You're
what?
on drugs?
We were smoking marijuana.
Oh, damn.
Watch out.
I didn't know he was a druggie.
That wacky
rebel.
tobacco. Whoa. All right.
Yeah, look out.
Uh-oh.
How'd that get fucking disposed of?
Well, we went there, and it was all degenerates. It was all like, people with,
Look out.
possession and all that sort of crap. And we all went there like dressed really nicely. We looked like lawyers. People were mistaking us for
for the
being
lawyers.
paralegals or whatever. And
Oh, you're such a liar.
Lose the stash.
You said you were
Lose the
16.
stash.
16 doesn't look like a lawyer. At 16.
No,
Well, I mean,
no
you
16-year-old looks like a lawyer just
Okay.
because they put on their confirmation suit.
Could be like a Doogie Howser law thing.
Oh, God, no.
No?
Look at him.
I meant gay.
Oh.
But yeah, that was it.
They were
And,
confusing you for the lawyers, were they?
well,
Confirmation.
some people go to court dressed in like sweatpants that are like covered in paint and shit, and they're all cracked out of their heads. And we went there put together.
Poor working
There's
guy
4 of
can't
us.
even go fucking walk around in front of this motherfucker.
Excuse me. I don't have 3-piece suits to wear to
Yeah,
court.
sorry, I paint for a living and feeds my kids. What? Sorry, I can't wear a suit.
Some of us got to go to work after this.
16 with my car for fucking smoking pot and harassing girls. Wow.
I should be so lucky.
Yeah.
I guess that's it, right? Anything else from Friday? There's the wrap-up.